Hi, Luke here. I want to make this blog video after the huge freaking disaster of Roger's livestream that I'm usually on, where we talk about episodes of Sonic X and issues of IDW Sonic with Salacommander and Melting Man 234. I was running late and my laptop that I use for the streams was booting up extremely slowly and took ages for Discord to load up. When I finally got on, they said I sounded really robotic, which they made fun of, like, he's got the Zombot virus, which I didn't find very funny. So out of desperation, I logged out and decided to communicate via the Discord app on my phone. But due to my shit internet connection, they couldn't hear or understand me, so I never got the chance to get a word out about my thoughts on these episodes and these issues, which made me pretty depressed and frustrated. In hindsight, I could have tried to restart my laptop or switched off the Wi-Fi and used my data. So I thought, fuck it. I'll create a quick blog video where I can explain what I was trying to say in that stream, and it'll be scripted so I could talk about it in more detail. I'll probably be quoting or repeating what the lad said in the stream, and as it's on my channel, I'll be using some more colourful language, so be warned. Okay, let's begin. The big two-part of episodes 12 and 13, where the president decided to declare an all-out war on Eggman's base. I'm surprised he didn't think about just nuking the fucking thing. I think it's because nuclear energy plus Chaos Emerald energy that are housed inside would be a big mistake. I do like how this acts like a cinematic climax, and I could see this happening in the new Sonic movie, where after returning from the Mushroom World, Robotnik declares war on the government for making him an unperson and the Earth itself, and in retaliation, they send the military after him, who are no match for his advanced robot machines. I did notice in one shot when Knuckles was introduced that he had fingers. He and Tails are both looking for the next Chaos Emerald. Tails and Amy are taking Chris and Francis for a ride. Chris is wearing goggles that his creepy teacher Mr. Stewart gave him that he did not fucking think to question about and is actually a tracking device. Chris has the intelligence of a bent paperclip, or a wet brick. The president decides to get Sonic to lead the troops into Eggman's base, so he sends his aide. I forgot his name, Adrian Wienerface or something, to get him. Of course, Ella doesn't want Sonic to get involved in war, so she threw water at him, which I think is actually a federal offence. Of course, they still got Rouge the Bat, who the president is rather creepily attracted to. Tails and Co detect a Chaos Emerald in a cornfield, and Tails changes his plane into a walking mode, the X-Cyclone. This is interesting as it's like a larger version of the walking mech version of the Tornado in Sonic Adventure 2. Its main purpose is to search for the emerald, but it has no function to dig it out, because Tails is a dumbass. Even they called him out on it, so the kids decide to get a shovel from the farmer, who probably wouldn't like the idea of people trespassing and digging up on his land, or they found one lying around in the barn. In the meantime, Eggman wants to check out Earth Informercials. Maybe he has a fascination with Earth Telly or something, but he doesn't see the appeal. I think he could be the next Billy Mays or the Flex Tape guy selling some cool shit. Then he gets word about the Chaos Emerald, so he sends out his most threatening badnik yet, a giant wind turbine chicken. It kinda has that Mega Man look to it, like something out of Windman's stage. Come to think of it, most of Eggman's badniks in Sonic X look like Mega Man robots. Has Eggman been ripping off Dr. Wily's designs like how Thomas Edison stole ideas off Nikola Tesla? Yeah, Dr. Eggman is pretty much Edison. Tails and Co confront the robot which poor Tails is struggling against. Also, with the wind blowing Amy away, you can see under her skirt, but enough about that. I was kind of disappointed that Sonic had to come in and save them as always, as I wanted to see Tails hold his own against Eggman, like when he took on Eggman on his own at the end of his story in Sonic Adventure. But nope, it's Sonic X. The show is about him, no one else. He has to always save the day. I was also expecting Mr. Stewart to finally get involved and meet Tails and Amy, but no, he got lost somewhere. What I found funny is that when they found the emerald, Tails just holds it like a complete fucking pillock, allowing Eggman to quickly nick it and fucks off back to his base like, yoink, sucker! Did you not think about looking up? Kinda reminds me how in Frob's Sonic Adventure in Brief where Eggman stole the Chaos Emerald off an unsuspecting Tails. So they decide to go after him, with Chris and Francis in tow. Yay! Let's go to war! Bring the kids with ya! Knuckles also gets involved in the battle by sneaking aboard a jet plane and riding on a missile like something out of Dr. Strangelove. His scenes with Rouge are pretty funny in some shots where they got trapped in a room, Knuckles tries to hit the door, or that he decides to unhinge his jaw and tries to eat the door instead, or when he looks goofily at the camera like he realised that he's on a cartoon show. That's one for the blooper reel. They do try to take on the door by hitting it in random places instead of one spot. Also, Eggman's security system is really dumb as it can't tell from friend or foe. Deku and Boko are a bit daft as they can't tell if Rouge's team are friend or foe, so they decide to leave them, and they fired missiles at Eggman as they got only a flashing light telling them that someone is approaching the base. Eggman really needs a better security system and that he needs to upgrade Deku and Boko's brains from Windows Millennium Edition. I do like when Eggman goes into Battle Station, his chair turns into a fairground ride, which shows his intentions to create a theme park. Sonic vs Eggman's mech was a pretty cool final boss fight. It's quite strange it looks like a Gundam instead of, say, the Death Egg robot, as his giant robot designs in the games are very imposing. Also, you would think Eggman has a high-tech communication link or a flip phone, but he has an old-fashioned phone installed on his Eggmobile instead. Man, he must be running up a hefty phone bill calling robot sex hotlines. Of course, Sonic destroys his mech and his base using 2 Chaos Emeralds. In a way, it reminds me of the 2020 movie showing just how powerful Sonic can be with his speed power unleashed, and he had no Chaos Emeralds on him. Just imagine how powerful movie Sonic could be with just one. And I love the fall of the tower like how Sauron's Tower of Barad-dûr fell at the end of Lord of the Rings. And after that, Sonic became a recognised hero and the friend of the people of Earth. I rather enjoyed it as after episodes of Eggman sending a Robot of the Week, we get a story-driven plot of Earth taking on Eggman's forces and Sonic getting involved with Eggman directly. And as I said earlier, it has a certain cinematic feel to it. In episode 14, the president's aide, Twatface McGee, is worried that Sonic is so popular he will be elected president. Which is fucking stupid as Sonic has to be an Earthborn citizen and even if he's offered the role of president, he'll decline it as it's too much of a responsibility. I think Mr. Turd Goblin here is a coke-sniffing meth addict. How the shit did he get the job? So what's the plan? Set up a party and have Sonic shake hands with the president to show he's all chummy-chummy with the animal aliens. However, Sonic can't make it as he has plans with Helen, a wheelchair-bound girl. I can imagine as she can't use her legs, she always dreams of going fast, which Sonic will show her on their day out. I want to go fast, Sonic! Sure, Helen, I will help you go fast. I want to go fast, Daddy. What? So what does Bollocks for Brains do? Rearrange the party? No, he sends the entire fucking army to force him to go to the party. I can imagine when Trump was president, he would send soldiers and helicopters out to force his friends to go visit his house. Of course, he wouldn't realistically do that. Trump has no friends. Of course, the president could just shake hands with Tails or Amy, but no, they're not important enough. It has to be bloody Sonic. But man, does Amy look great in that dress. Oh, yowza. I like how this army has flying hover cars like something out of Star Wars or Doctor Who. I do love the friendship between Sonic and Helen, and they seem to fit better than Sonic and Chris. Sonic could give Helen the movement and the excitement of adventure, and she lives a more humble life than Chris. There was one bit where they just speed up a cliff, like I can imagine Sonic pushing Helen vertically up a cliff like a daredevil, or when they try to commandeer a helicopter like Sonic was to commit real-life GTA. Of course, they finally make it to the party, but the camera crew are all drunk as to prevent them leaving, Fartface tries to offer them wine. Of course, they all had a big laugh about it. I'm sure they got the picture in the end. I also like Helen telling her adventures to her parents. They do seem interested, although the way she's telling it, it's like she's been playing way too much Call of Duty or Grand Theft Auto. So yeah, a pretty fun episode there. Okay, on to the IDW comics, where we get into the meat of the Metal Virus saga, where we see Sonic characters trying to fight off a zombie invasion. It's like if George Romero wrote a Sonic fanfic, or Sonic meets The Walking Dead, which is a TV series I like. Don't at or ratio me, whatever you dumb kids call it. So issue 17 starts off with the Chaotix minding their own business when a Zombot kicks the door down. They escape only to see the Zardoz face ship puking the virus on the city itself. It's nice to see a Chaotix focused issue here and trying to protect themselves and others from the Zombot horde. There's a real terrifying moment where a poor woman got infected, so Vector had no choice but to imprison her with cars, which can be pretty heart-wrenching, especially when she's crying for help and no one can save her. Even Sonic is struggling with the infection and had no choice but to go fast to stop it spreading, like that movie with that really fast bus. There's even a great panel of the Chaotix trying to fight off the Zombots on a bridge with a setting sun. It reminds me of Left 4 Dead and would have been a great idea for a Sonic game. It makes me wish the games had this kind of dark tone again. Of course, being the pillock that he is, Charmy flies off to save people and sadly succumbs to the virus, which is such a grim fate to see happen to such a young and happy-go-lucky character. In issue 18 we had one cute character experience severe trauma with the virus. Let's do it again with Cream and her mum Vanilla. Cream thinks it's just another fun adventure, but no, it's very, very life-threatening and apocalyptic. Like Brexit. Meanwhile, Starline calls out Eggman saying that the Zombots no longer respond to Eggman's commands, and he's like, fuck it, I'll sort it out later. This is where Starline starts to lose faith in Eggman as his hero, as he sees he never plans things out in the long term, and that Eggman is a complete and utter wanker. Of course, Orbot explains about the repeating cycle with Sonic. General attempts to fight off Sonic as he sees him as a threat. He had to do what he has to do to protect Cream. General tells him to fuck off, and Sonic's like, fine, I will, you piece of shit. General tries to attack the Zombots, but Cream intervenes, saying that even though Sonic and his friends are infected, he can't go around blowing them up, showing that Cream has a big heart towards the undead infected. There's even a cute moment of Cream reminding General about his past. There's even a brief Sonic says about setting off fires in wooded areas. Then it all goes down the toilet when Cheese and Chocola succumb to the virus, and now Cream has lost her two best friends. Of course, Sonic saves them in time, but it'll be a matter of time before he loses even more friends. Issue 19 opens in Sunset City, which is about as safe as Gotham or Metropolis, as one week it's Eggman's giant mechs, and the next week it's a Zombot invasion. Really liking the artwork as Sonic tries to take out the Zombots. Omega gets involved too, and by his logic, if it's made by Eggman, then it gets slammed. Also, he makes a brief Dalek reference by going, "Exterminate, exterminate." I also do like how Rouge is trying to take control of the situation, only to discover that Eggman can't really control all the Zombots due to his douchebaggery. There's a great panel of Zombots coming over the bridge like straight out of a zombie horror movie, and of course, these two issues have created controversy involving how Shadow is handled. First off, great introduction where Shadow plows through the Zombots in a truck that kinda looks like the GON truck from Sonic Adventure 2. Sonic's like, "What's the matter? Can't I find a bigger one? Like your penis?" Shut the fuck up, Sonic. Of course, Shadow is pretty egotistical in this, and he's like, "Cowards run, I win." Without the existence of Gunn, the Black Arms, and Gerald Robotnik, Shadow's origins are he's just there. No proper origin story or anything. Apparently, Sega wanted Ian Flynn to regress Shadow's character here. He originally wanted Shadow to take off his inhibitor rings to stop the infection, which would have made sense. So how does Shadow fight these things? He tried Chaos Spear a few times, but did he try Chaos Control? Chaos Blast? A gun? A sock full of quarters? No, he just fucking punches them! He's not, "I'm Shadow the Hedgehog, the ultimate life form. I must protect these people for Maria." He's like, "I'm Shadow the fucking Hedgehog, and I won't run because I got a fucking massive penis! Look at it! It's the size of a horse!" And now we lost Shadow to the goddamn virus, so we can get Zombot Shadow. Look out for him in stores now. Now for issue 20. Sonic managed to hold off Zombot Shadow, only to be surrounded by them. There is a bit of a funny panel of Shadow chasing after the truck like a dog chasing a car. Omega tries to fight, but it ends rather badly in a harrowing scene where Shadow rips him apart like ripping his own guts out. Damn! Sonic is almost overwhelmed by the Zombots, but Silver comes in to save Sonic. There's even a moment where a tired Sonic gives the thumbs up. Sonic meets up with Cream, who has been having traumatizing bad dreams. Poor girl. Even though they let Sonic in despite being a huge biohazard, Rouge didn't take the news about Shadow very well. Sonic's been visiting the others, and with Silver, it's hard to say if the Zombot invasion is going to create a dark alternate timeline for him, like how Silver is from the good future timelines in Sonic CD. And even though he's just ahead, Omega is now like Murray from Monkey Island, who requires a jaw to bite their ankles off, and Tails might use Sonic's speed to work out a cure. Finally, Starline realizes that Eggman has no plans to control the Zombots, so he decided to bring in the Deadly Six, who I think is the first time makes an appearance in a Sonic comic, and in my opinion, they are better written in the IDW comics than in the games. And in the words of Starline, why try to control all the Zombots when he could try to shepherd them with just 6? So yeah, this is an amazing arc in the comics and is a stark contrast to the 4-part pilot where it was all very basic and happy-go-lucky. Throwing in a zombie apocalypse shows that this comic can go down dark routes and that nobody is safe, not even childlike characters like Charmy and Cream. Bit of a shame they kinda wrote Shadow as a complete cockmongler here. So that's all from me on this blog video. Hopefully my voice will be back to normal in future streams, and I hope I won't get problems like that in the future. I suppose in voice acting news, I'm still part of projects like Glide the Dragon, the Sonic Villains Multiverse Q&A, and the Kooky Trails ride. I also just got a voice role in a new episode of the Fashion Police series by Dexter Gethood on Newgrounds. I was previously in episode 2, so check it out. See ya! Ugh, I need a fucking break.